Did we just change animation forever?
Wouldn't it be cool if you could film yourself and easily turn into anything you want, like a cartoon character?
That would be very
What
cool.
if this could just be a means of capturing performance?
This was the guy, wasn't it? I can tell. This definitely was the guy.
And you can visualize whatever your imagination wants afterwards. This kind of no limits creativity is only accessible to films or animations with multi-million-dollar budgets.
Oh yeah.
But it's part of our humanity to try to visualize things that don't exist. Like, let's talk about traditional 2D animation, cartoons. The most creatively liberated medium is also the least democratized. It takes incredibly skilled people drawing every single frame of your movie to make it happen.
Oh, I bet.
I think we came up with a new way to animate, a way to turn reality into a cartoon. And it's one more step towards true creative freedom, where we can easily create anything we want.
Holy shit.
So how do we do this? How do we turn a video into a cartoon? Well, we've been making a series of videos where we experiment with AI image processing. This is similar to AI image generation.
Oh god.
But in our case, we are transforming images rather than generating them from scratch. So one of the newest pieces of technology is...
Well, and you'll be able to generate them from scratch too. Yeah, and I think this is also what you see certain people doing, is they're using different types of tools to do different parts of the process. So like they use one tool to do the lighting, and then they use another tool to do like the shading, and then they use another tool to do like the outline, etc.
The machine learning process known as diffusion. At its core, the diffusion process
amazing. Open
lets
so many
the computer
doors.
generate
Yeah.
an image from noise, much like how we imagine an image from an ink blot or looking at clouds. So if we take a picture we already have, and we put a little bit of noise on top, we can have the computer clear up that noise while drawing in new details that weren't there before.
So you fuck it up and then unfuck it. Well, that makes sense. It's like how whenever you're trying to like fuse two different things together or like glue them together, you put sandpaper on it to rough it up so it gets closer into the edges.
It's a lot like looking at a picture and squinting your eyes and trying to imagine you're looking at something else.
Blue steel.
And if you squint a lot, well, what you're looking at becomes really fuzzy. You can imagine that you're looking at something different. So current technology can do this amazingly.
Wow.
One image. So why haven't we seen it applied to video? Amazingly.
It's like that would be pretty impressive, you know?
Image.
It's like this is now your this is your 5-year-old's drawing that he did in school. He's like, yeah, can you put this on the refrigerator? I did this in art class.
So why haven't we seen it applied to video? Shouldn't we be seeing mind-blowing visuals all over the internet? Unfortunately, the moment people tried applying this to video, everything fell apart. Because the first step of the process requires us to noise up our image. Every single frame ends up looking different, and the video gets super flickery.
Yeah, sure.
The very nature
Makes
of the spec
sense.
seems to make it impossible to ever work with video. And well, I nearly gave up on using it, but Dean here at the studio kept experimenting.
Wait,
And
that's
showed
the
that
other guy in the
with
video.
VFX problem solving, this might be something that we could actually overcome.
Holy
It
shit.
was at the time that Dean and Fenner went out and made that Spider-Verse short, and I set off on a personal quest to use this tech to enable me to make my very own anime. So it was time to Sherlock Holmes our way through this and engineer a solution to this flickery problem. And the first clue was Jurassic Park. 6 months ago,
That looks
a user
fake.
on YouTube named Hops uploaded an experiment.
I don't think that's a real
He had
dinosaur.
processed Jurassic Park to look like low poly Zelda. And he used an interesting new technique to noisify the image.
I mean, they certainly have the ears right. I mean, maybe the face isn't exactly like Ocarina of Time, but the ears are perfect.
And he had achieved excellent results. So I'll explain. Every time you process an image, the noise that you put on top changes. Therefore, the forms in the image get changed every frame. If we freeze that noise, things become a lot more solid in the image, but now it kind of feels like the image is moving underneath a weird warp layer.
Yeah.
And the details stay inconsistent.
It's like you're watching it from another dimension.
So the new trick used in that little Jurassic Park video is simple. If we can turn noise into an image, let's just reverse an image back into the noise it would have come from. Literally just do it backwards. Therefore, the noise is no longer randomly changing every frame, nor is it locked. If the two frames are nearly the same, so is their fuzzy, noised up versions. And therefore, they get interpreted in a similar way.
That's crazy. What the fuck? Wow.
So we had one piece to the puzzle solved. No more random noise on our image. But I tried to make my video look like a cartoon, and every frame was being drawn.
I mean, like, if you... The thing is, like, if I pause any frame, every single frame looks good. You see what I'm saying? That one looks a little bit odd, but, you know. Yeah, but it's like it changes just a little bit every time.
Style. So we fixed one problem just to encounter another
explain
problem.
it so well? Yeah.
Dead end?
Well, that's very impressive, yes. This guy actually knows enough about this to explain it to me, who the last time I did animation was with Macromedia Flash in 2003 or 4. And then I used to draw stick comics on flip books in middle school. And then I would let people use the books, and then they would let me use their book, and then I'd do it on their book too.
Well, no. Because around
ago.
this time, style models were becoming a thing in the stable diffusion space. A person named Nitrosock started creating some amazing diffusion models built to convert your image into one specific style.
Okay.
So then it dawned on us.
Oh, I see.
This was the key to eliminating the style flicker. Like, imagine telling 100 different people to draw a cartoon dog.
So it's like sometimes it does it in a style of kind of Disney, and the other time it does it in anime, and another time it does it in Valorant style. Yeah, I think that's what he means.
100 different dogs back.
Right, yeah.
Now imagine giving everyone a character style sheet saying, draw a cartoon dog.
This gonna be how it is.
The images are going to look a lot more similar. So we had to train our own model, specifically on only one style that we wanted to replicate.
Is this good, that Vampire Hunter show? Is that a good show? Should I watch that show? Oh, it's a movie? I thought it was a series.
Another big step forward, but it only uncovered another new problem. On tests I performed on myself, the features
because I thought they did it off Castlevania.
Still changing and jumping all over the place. So the idea hit us. We made a video where we trained ourselves into a diffusion model so that we could tell an epic fantasy story. Why not do that here? I trained a model to not only replicate a specific style, but also specifically know a character, me.
I love how after watching the anime and then seeing the actual guy, it is so fucking funny for me.
On images of me wearing the same clothes on the same green screen background that I was using for my test sequence, and suddenly, boom, everything locked.
Holy shit.
The consistency between frames was hugely improved. Well, almost.
That is fucking amazing. Holy shit, man. Look, I want to watch that again.
That I was using for my test sequence. And
wait, look at this. That is fucking amazing.
Boom, everything locked in. The consistency between frames was hugely improved. Well, almost. It still wasn't quite perfect. But we're VFX artists who have worked with crappy video files. Surely, we must have a tool in our arsenal to deal with light flickering. So, we applied the deflicker plugin in DaVinci Resolve, and we set it to remove flickering light. And it was that simple. Suddenly, we were there. It was working. We had a consistent, moving, emotive cartoon character. And it was all just driven with video of us on a green screen.
Holy fuck.
I think we've cracked a workflow here for getting something that looks like a cartoon, and it's pretty bonkers.
It's working, you know. Yeah. I think we could do maybe a couple more experiments, but it's like ready to rock.
I think Nico has figured out the key to creating a consistent character.
So now it was time to make that anime that I've always wanted to make.
Oh my god,
because as you've seen on the channel,
this is amazing.
We have our anime videos, anime fidget spinners, anime self-driving cars, anime baseball, but they're all filmed for real because we don't run an animation studio, and it's very hard to do so these days. So I've had this idea forever. Anime, rock, paper, scissors. What is the ultimate rock, paper, scissors game? Two twin princes.
Yeah, I love it, and dude, this was so good too. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, I could easily have seen this picture on like the cover, you know, like those black and red boxes of Super Nintendo games back in the day? It would be right there. God, chills, brother.
Born at the same
feels so good.
Equal claim to the throne.
We're back.
And it must be decided that day the king has died. And rock, paper, scissors must happen. So we wrote this short film. The next step is to treat it like a cartoon, which means recording the dialogue first.
So Nico, who are you playing today?
I'm playing Philip, and I have no idea how I'm going to
what voice I'm going to use, I figured that we would start.
I love how everybody uses the exact same mic, basically. I'm using this mic, he's using this mic, this is just the mic.
And saying like,
Yeah, just go through a few lines, and then like we'll throw a filter or two on it to help nail the vibe.
My character is Jules. My research here, I just remember the shot of Clint in here screaming into a microphone. I'm just gonna channel Clint today. Nico has said that you whisper and then you scream, and there's no in between.
full dynamics. You go really quiet, and then you get really loud, and you do full volume compensation on there, so it just sounds like somehow you have this incredible presence where even your quietest moments are as loud as your screams. So Dean and I, we did the voice acting first, and we just blew out our vocal cords, yelling as loud as we could. Shout! So after we did that, we then designed the costumes for each character, basically just went on
I only
Etsy
do that
and
in
bought
Elden
some
Ring.
goofy clothes.
Well, look at this high-level costuming here. Oh no, we lost like half the tape. What we're trying to do is...
You know what this is like? This is reverse cosplay. They're creating characters in real life, and then the anime makes it real. Yeah, it's actual reverse cosplay.
You see all these doodads here is not going to be great for the anime style, because this kind of intricate detail wouldn't be included in the illustrations, because it would just be more pencil mileage for the animators.
Mind blown,
so
yeah.
We're covering all that up with a color that's similar to the rest of the costume. Once this is put into the animation space, all this jank gets covered up with beautiful illustrated lines.
What we did on the green screen is we basically imagined that we were puppets, right? We were puppeteering a cartoon character. So we're posing like the cartoon character.
Right.
And we're not doing any audio recording. Instead, the audio is already recorded, like a real cartoon. And we're out there just going...
We're basically just puppets.
Because, once again, we're trying to treat it like a cartoon. So there's a specific
So they have to like overact and like do everything crazy.
to film this. We're basically gathering assets, almost like we're gathering paper cutouts that we're gonna then pose in our comic book. A lot of these shots are just us standing in a position, and we just need a single frame, because a lot of animation is just single frames of characters standing there against the background while you hear dialogue. And there's a couple of rules
I've seen that in
discovered
Dragon Ball
we
Z.
follow for this.
Entire
First and
episodes
foremost,
are.
you know, the style that we're matching, it basically has single direction lighting. It's not like you have characters that are painted with a beautiful edge light and a key light and a fill light and a different direction for an underlight. Like, to actually have to paint that stuff onto a cell would be a lot of work. And so a lot of cartoons don't do that. They just stick to a basic light tone, dark tone shading system at most. And oftentimes it's just a single paint color. At the end of the day, we get to take risks. We get to try things that might break it, because, boy, look at this giant crew we have. Oh wait, we have like 2 people and an actor. Right? It's like, in Hollywood, you'd have 100 people on set doing a big movie. So we don't need costume department, we don't need makeup department, we don't need a crazy camera department. Right now we're just
And that's what's so crazy. Is it like, think about all of the people who they don't need anymore. Isn't that nuts?
very, very simple.
Oh my
and very,
God,
very
peak
straightforward, just
efficiency, yeah.
focusing on the concept. Sam and I spent a lot of time
It's min-maxing.
conceptualizing these shots, because at the end of the day, anime, it's just really all about tying your visual language to the story and really getting into there, stylizing it, thinking about things metaphorically, all that kind of stuff. Once again, it's your ideas that matter, right? It's your direction, your story, because the AI takes it the rest of the way. I love it. It's such an awesome way to work.
Holy shit.
Hey guys, so we are commemorating the launch of this anime rock, paper, scissors video with an awesome limited edition shirt. It's only available for the next 7 days, available in tee and long sleeve tee. It's super cool. It's designed by a human. And once again, it's
It's designed by a human. Oh, never mind, guys. Yeah. Isn't that good? So they have a human-made animation that was done with AI, and then they're taking the AI animation that was also informed by humans, and then they have a human make a shirt, and then it's sold as if it was being made by a human. Holy fuck, man. Is this the beginning of the next 10 years of marketing? Wow.
These are limited editions, so snag one right now. Also, if you want a little tip here, come over here. So subscriptions to our website cost $3.99 a month, but subscribers get a 15% discount on all merch.
This
if
is
you
so
really
cool.
wanna
I
get
hope they
cool,
do more
you
of
can go
this.
and subscribe to our website, and then use that discount, and then basically it's the same price, plus now you have a free 1 month of subscription to our website. Just saying. don't tell anyone I told you that. This is between us.
That is crazy.
All right.
So now that I walked you guys through
Holy
the theory
fuck.
and the techniques that we're going to try to apply here, let me show you the workflow that we came up with that led us to 120 effect shots for this piece. So here's the video of me on the green screen, in costume, doing all the acting with the lip sync, right? So what we want to do is we want to have the AI basically
Pretty
trace
sweet, yeah.
this, to trace it in a cartoon
That's a cool
style.
shirt,
So we need
too.
to train a model to both know what I look like,
every-
as well as
yeah.
what style we want to apply. So when we were on
I feel like the only frame that didn't look good in this animation was the brother that lost. This guy walking away from the castle, because it looked like his head was off balance. That was the only one that I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't really work.
green screen filming,
That
once
was
we were
it.
done, we also took a bunch of pictures of me. My face, my body, different poses, some full body shots, pictures of my back, different lighting. A picture of Nico Perringer. Hey, there I am doing like the weird Fonzie point. So then we went and we took a bunch of frames from Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, which is an anime that came out in about the year 2000. It's actually free on YouTube. You can just go watch it if you want to. It's actually pretty cool. And we tried to grab frames of like different people, some face shots, some torso shots, full body shots, hands, hair, even some abstract things like flowers.
Yeah, it looks
Because
fucking
with all
badass.
these different objects, with each picture effectively being a different object, a different character, when we train the model, it's not going to learn any single subject. Instead, it's going to learn the style in which all these subjects were drawn. One little fun little thing here. If you look at the Vampire Hunter D data set, you'll notice there's no characters with full beards. Because there aren't any characters with full beards in the movie. And this was a problem actually when we first made the model, and it tried to represent me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd have a mustache, sometimes I'd have mutton chops, it'd be all over the place. So I generated a bunch of pictures of me. Some of them looked good, most of them didn't. But I took the good ones, and I re-added them back into the data set, and then trained the model one more time. I made a new one. Nico Perringer in the style of Vampire Hunter D. There it
Holy
is.
shit.
It's me as an anime man. And notice it's got the costume details correct. It's got my face features correct. My
Five head, yeah. I mean, it just. I mean, I guess I couldn't see why that wouldn't work, but yeah, sure, absolutely.
beard. It's the same character every single time. At least consistent enough every single frame. So we got the model done, and now we can use this for all the shots of me.
So I've just received a fantastic plate from Nico. What I'm gonna do now is take the individual images and we're gonna run each one through Stable Diffusion to get an animated character. You have our positive prompts, which are Vamp Hunt D, aesthetic, style, cell animation of Nico Perringer, man, beard, profile, fist, hand. But we also have this negative prompt section, which can steer us away from certain things, like detailed, intricate, lazy eye, photography, render, CGI. These are all the things that we want to avoid coming out. And then basically there's a bunch of freaking sliders, and it's really boring. And there's all that stuff that Nico goes into way more depth over on corridordigital.com, because we don't want to bog you guys down here with the really silly specific stuff. But there's a bunch of process.
This looks way more complicated than using Flash to make stick figure comics did. I'm gonna be honest. Like, back in the day, like, this shit was way easier. It's a bit easier. Or a bit harder, I mean.
That are laying on top of that image-to-image process, and the output is this. There is a really cool animated frame of Nico. There is actually an interpretive element to what the AI is doing. There's blue shading on the fur on his shoulders and basically two-tone shading in his face.
Yeah,
it's a
can
really
see
incredible
that.
process that we've gotten way
Yeah, the stylizing of it is really good.
too used to at this point. We kind of forget how crazy this technology is. So what's great is that we can just now run the entire image sequence with this prompt and these
Think about how long this would take for a normal person. Meanwhile, it's just green bars. Oh my god.
It's working really well. But, you know, there's a few janky frames, like his head just pops in for a second and then pops back out. Little inconsistencies, but they only exist on a single frame basis, you know? If only there was a way to kind of remove a little bit of this flicker and smooth out this sequence into a nice, consistent character.
All right, so Dean's given me this whole image sequence now. Let's check it out.
Okay.
Not bad. It's a little flickery, but like it's consistent, right? You can see the character, you can see some of the mouth moving. All right, so I'm gonna take the shot, I'm gonna pop it open in Fusion here and resolve. So the next thing we need to add is the deflicker. There's two different modes, one for time-lapse and one for fluorescent lights. And if we turn on the fluorescent light deflicker, check out the difference. Much better. And if it's not good enough, here's how I fix it. Copy, paste, 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 paste. So now we have all these deflickers turned on. Look how stable my face and my costume are. The next step is just to pull a green screen key.
I cannot believe. Like, this is something that you would do in, like, a fucking Photoshop design class for, like, sophomores. It's like you just apply the filter 5 times and it looks like this. And they're actually doing it professionally and it works.
And remove the background.
Oh
and finally,
my God.
reduce the frame rate from 24 frames per second to 12 to look a little bit more like animation and remove even more of that flickering feeling. Now that we have an anime man, we need an anime world for him to live in. That's where Sam comes in.
So very early on in the process, we're thinking, how do we get consistency in these shots? We want one environment, one location. So I'm using a environment in Unreal Engine as the foundation for everything. And just like the video, how we're taking a video still frame and then applying a style to that, I'm taking a render from Unreal and applying a style to that. That allows us to have consistency. We can go close up, we can do wide angles. All the
Holy
same
shit.
objects in the scene.
Yeah, like
stay
any angle they
consistent.
want.
Here's our cathedral here. I think it was called the Gothic Interior Mega Pack. The moment I
so
saw
good.
the screenshot of this environment on the marketplace, I knew it was perfect. I've done a little tweaking, redone some of the lighting, little modifications here and there to make it match the vibe a little bit better. It is just bleeding with sweet, intricate, detailed Gothic style.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just ripe for taking cool pictures of. I have a camera placed for every shot in the piece. And if we go back out here, look at that. Look at all these cameras. Every single one of these cameras is a different angle for a different background plate. So shot 250, it's waist up shot, maybe something like here-ish. Yeah, there we go. So I'm not even gonna render these out with like the normal renderer. I'm literally just gonna take screenshots of this stuff. So screenshot, boop. All right, it's a whip pan, so let's pan over.
I wonder, did they say how long this whole thing took? Like from start to finish. It took them 2 months to do this. Wow.
Boop. Pan over.
Because also, like, I bet doing it again will probably be 2 weeks. Because, like, think about all of the trial and error they had to go through that they don't have to go through the second time because they already know how to do it.
Boop. And maybe one
Yeah,
more
with just a few
fix.
guys.
Boop. All right, so now I've gotten 4 images. Stable Diffusion kind of takes it from there. Let's go to my handy dandy prompt sheet of all the different little prompts I've tried out. Believe this one right here. Expressive oil painting, dark, beautiful Gothic cathedral interior, hyper detailed brush strokes, expressive Japanese 1990 90s anime movie background, oil painting, matte painting. Negative prompts, blurry. I'm all set, let's take a look. All right, so that's basically what the process looks like for all these background plates.
Holy
now
shit.
That these background plates are processed, the shot has everything it needs
Holy
to get
shit.
Basically, in anime, there's no 3D moves. It's all either painted backgrounds or cell animated characters. So we wanted to stay true to that. So for these shots, we have a script that was created by Nico that has everything we need. It's got lens distortion, it's got glows, it's got light rays, it's got all this cool
Jesus.
stuff. Basically, we just drop our foreground, our background, and the final output is pretty close to what you want. And you just go in and animate little things and add a little bit of flourish. Here you can see I have the backgrounds that Sam made, and I actually just went into Photoshop and blended them together so you can see the edges kind of smooth out. I took those backgrounds and I just literally animated them scrolling past. And so you can see as well, we've added some directional blur, some lens blur, and then we land on these 2 windows and do a final little push in. So once we drop Nico on top of that, you can see there's this very dynamic effect that's achieved just by literally moving 2D images behind him on top of
Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't even know that happened. I mean, I guess it made sense, but like, I kind of assumed that they, like, whenever I first watched this, I kind of assumed that they moved around him with a camera and then they just frame by frame, like, animated it. Holy fuck.
That we have this cool plugin called Light Rays, which creates these beautiful rays of light, and we're using the plate of Nico to actually obscure those rays. So it really marries Nico to the environment. What we're also adding to emphasize this motion, we took some of the 3D elements of the candelabras from the Unreal scene. We isolated them, and we also turned
those are
them
Vampire
into
Survivors.
kind of animated candelabras. So you can see here, as the camera's moving, you just whip the candelabra by as if it's in the foreground to kind of emphasize the idea that the camera is literally orbiting around in classic anime fashion. To really emphasize the motion, we bring in these speed lines. Right here at the end, we have a couple more anime lines to emphasize the point, because that's a very important character moment. He's challenging my character. So all of that together with a little bit of lens effects. And then the final piece are these glows, which kind of emulate a film camera, because that's how anime used to be shot back in the days. Animation cells would be filmed through a film camera. So we try to emulate those glows. And after all that, we get a sweet shot that I can send back to Nico, and he can drop it right in the edit.
One thing I want to talk about is the democratization.
Drop it right
So that's actually what it would look like. Holy shit. And they just send that through a few programs, and now it's an anime. Oh my god. That's just so crazy. You could do that and it's mostly free? Yeah.
in the edit.
One thing I want to talk about is the democratization of this process. This is a situation here where we're looking at a piece of software that's free, that anyone has access to. A process here that we're sharing openly with everyone, because everyone's openly shared knowledge with us, with everyone. And the way this technology is developing, I want to be able to create really cool things. But the only way I can create really cool things is with the help of other people helping make the technology to create those really cool things. And so, since we've learned and are utilizing an open source program with a lot of contributions of people, I want to give back and I want to contribute our knowledge and put it out there so that you can go and make animations and people can.
Oh, great. So now they're enabling more people to steal artists' jobs. It wasn't enough that they did it on their own, but now they're going to put it out for everybody. I can't believe it. These monsters.
Experiment and improve upon the process, helping all of us get better.
Yeah, we need to make an OTK
in this video,
anime.
I'm trying to make a point of really going through the process in a way that's interesting, but I'm not necessarily getting into a click-by-click tutorial. For those of you who want that, we actually have that on our website, corridordigital.com. I'll have a link in the description below. And of course, with everybody's support, that's why this video is even possible. That's why we're able to take, 4 or 5 people and spend 2 months just working on an anime about rock, paper,
I don't know. That's amazing.
It's thanks to all the support from the members at corridordigital.com. So with practice, we've got this process dialed in. Shot by shot, we just started getting faster and better. And at this point, we are blowing through the piece, and it is working. It's incredibly exciting. Now, most people in the office haven't actually seen much of this yet. So we're going to get it wrapped up here with the sound and music and all that good stuff. I'm going to show it to them. Let's see what they think.
That is amazing.
It's done. We theoretically have everything dropped in, haven't watched it yet, just exported it, and everybody's gonna watch it with us.
I think it's safe to say that most of us here have not seen anything.
I've seen one completed shot, and it absolutely blew my mind. And
That's what's so crazy is that, you can see, any of these guys that are working on it are probably just doing what they're good at, so they don't really see where it goes.
I'd like to see the rest of it.
I have not seen it with the sound design, and that is what I'm super excited for, because Kevin Senzaki is so good at what he does, and man, mwah.
I'm here for Kevin.
Damn right you are.
Holy fuck.
I challenge you! Brother!
Shoot! It's so good, man. It is so fucking good. Wow. Oh my god.
It feels like
so
a real anime in real life. And that's what it is.
There's all sorts of wacky AI jank that creeps in, but you're so used to it that it doesn't feel like jank anymore.
Yeah, after the
song
first
that
minute
Sam
or two.
Found for the ending. Fender made this amazing shot where my fist comes down, and there's just this anime blast that happens, and then you just have this drum roll coming. Yeah, it just all melds, and then you just get
kind of lost it.
Are we gonna get another one? Dean is coming back to seek vengeance.
At the end of all the anime videos, we always do one of those montages of like, and now here's all the things that happen afterwards, which are like supposed to be like the end credit joke, but this one is the ultimate fast forward a whole season in this montage, and like it's subconscious.
Yeah, I don't know like what happened with like this whole thing. Like, I mean, the anime montage is like he joined like a satanic cult and got like an X like carved on his forehead. Yeah, I mean, damn.
It makes you go, oh yeah, there's a whole story here. But we were just like spitballing random shots.
Crossblades. Oh right, the scissors.
We can do another one. It's entirely
oh,
up to
of course.
MordoDigital.com subscribers. We have a tutorial on how we do this whole thing, plus a whole bunch of other cool stuff. Want to check it out and support us? Help us make more stuff like this?
This is amazing.
Nico, you know, this is a fun video and all, but I'm genuinely curious.
Oh! Are you gonna do it?
Brother.
I'm proud of you both. Yeah.
I'll make you proud. If you dare.
One!
Yeah. That's why you have a director.
Okay. 1, 2, wait, shoot, wait.
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
second
shoot.
season win. Oh my god. This was so good. What the fuck? Oh my god, that was amazing. Yeah, let me link you guys the video. That was incredible. What the fuck? He's the king, by the way. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was real life accurate, exactly. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I watch these guys all the time. This is the first video I've ever seen of that. I watched the full video. I already saw it. Oh my god. It's so good, man. It is so fucking good. Watching Corridor Crew since like 15 years ago? Wait, what? They're doing it 15 years ago? Read the comments. The next time you invite animators as guests, you should show this to them to get their reactions. Someone should reanimate this and do a comparison between the two. Oh my god. Speaking as a professional 2D animator, I can't help but feel like it's a disservice to the craft of animation and the brilliant work of both digital and traditional animators to refer to this innovative technique as animation, when I think it should be more accurately labeled as AI-assisted roboscoping. Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know, like, but, I mean, it looks animated to me. It's animation. I mean, yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, maybe true. Like, it looks like animation to me. Shit. There you go. I guess AI is inevitable. Hopefully it'll be used by artists' tool rather than a replacement for artists. Oh, of course it will be, right? I'd be interested in seeing animators react to this. AI will never replace the human expression of art. I think that's the first thing it did. That was the easiest thing for it to do. Oh my god. This is incredible. Yeah, I think it's so innovative how they just took like the different systems and they kind of fed them into each other, and they just kind of fine-tuned it by just continuous like refining through the systems back in and out of each other over and over. That is amazing, man. Holy fuck. Oh yeah, I did see this. Speaking of it, somebody wanted me to watch this real quick. Let me link you guys this video again. Make sure to give this a like. This is incredible. I love this so much. It's so good. Let me go and I'll show you guys this. Joe Biden. This is what he said. This is about, I think it's about Ukraine.
Putin's illegal occupation of Kyiv and the impending Chinese blockade of Taiwan has created a two-front national security crisis that requires more troops than the volunteer military can supply. I have received guidance from General Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, that the recommended way forward will be to invoke the Selective Service Act, as is my authority as president. The first to be called in a sequence determined by national lottery will be men and women whose 20th birthday falls during calendar year 2023. Damn. Remember, you're not sending your sons and daughters to war. You're sending them to freedom. God bless our troops, and God bless Ukraine.
God bless our troops. God bless Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
What we just played for you was a sneak preview, coming attractions, a glimpse.
is real life. Basically, this happened, and so the draft is happening. People are going to be going over to Ukraine. American citizens being sent over to Ukraine. Isn't that crazy? Holy fuck. Do you know the reason why everybody can tell this is fake, though? Is because Joe Biden... There were no stories about something that happened in 1971. You know, like he didn't go and, you know, wave at somebody in the crowd or something like that. And then, oh, and another thing. You know, it's something totally fucking different. Yeah, so that's how people could tell that it was fake. Facebook folks thinks this is real? Yeah. No, I can guarantee you, if you go on Twitter, there are going to be tons of people who think this is real. And I do think the silver lining along a lot of this, you know, basically hoax type stuff is that maybe nowadays people will think for more than 5 seconds before they just instantly react to something without even, like, thinking about, is it real or not? Like, without even checking any validity whatsoever. So, yeah, this is the deep fake era, gentlemen. We are in it right now.
A trip